Moving on to other matters, members of the East African Legislative Assembly, during a meeting today with reporters at the Parliament building in Nairobi, expressed their dissatisfaction on the manner in which their Speaker, Dr. Margaret Nantongo Ziwa, is conducting affairs of the Assembly. According to the team's Secretary of Crisis Management, Mrs. Nderakindo Kesi of Tanzania, the Speaker is the root cause of the paralysis pertaining to the Assembly, and they want her out immediately. Brian Ocheng gives us more details to that story.
Since the revival of the East African Community Regional Bloc of 5 member states of Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, Burundi and Rwanda in 1997, things have drastically changed, with new cracks now developing every now and again, threatening its survival. Speaking after an official address by the Speaker of EALA in a separate meeting at Parliament buildings in Nairobi, the 32 legislative member team led by their secretary noted that all efforts to find an amicable solution to the problem has been resisted by the Speaker.
On the 1st April 2014, a motion was tabled in the House for the removal of the Speaker, but has unilaterally and in contravention of the rules of procedure blocked the motion from proceeding to conclusion. And further, recalling that 5 members of the Commission and 4 chairpersons of standing committees have resigned from their respective position, thereby paralyzing the operations of the Assembly.
Recently, she was heard referring to members as adolescents in terms of behavior in presence of chair of summit and council ministers. Holding of acrimonious staff meetings where abusive language, accusation, threats, and intimidation are issued to the staff. Refusal to take advice and inability to appreciate positive critics intended to improve the work of the Assembly. Dishonesty, slander, and intrigue, thus creating an atmosphere of mistrust and perpetual disharmony in the Assembly.
The members are expressing their dissatisfaction on their Speaker with an ultimatum that if the continued paralysis is not immediately addressed, it will totally cripple the operations of the Assembly and hence defeat the purpose to which it was created. They have adopted 5 resolutions that they believe must be adhered to immediately and will therefore lead to the Speaker's impeachment.
Now, resolve as follows. 1. That the majority of the members, being in excess of 2/3 of the total membership of the Assembly, have lost confidence in Right Honorable Margaret Nantongo Ziwa, the Speaker of EALA, and will move a motion to that effect. 2. That the overwhelming majority of members will ensure that the will of the Assembly is exercised and the pending motion for removal of the Speaker dated 1st April 2014 and tabled in the House is transacted as urgent business of the House. 3rd, that the Assembly will continue with the motion to chastise Honorable Shairoz Banji for her numerous indiscretion and excess, including issues relating to the official mission of EALA to the EU benchmarking tour in Brussels.
On the other hand, the Speaker in an earlier meeting at the same venue acknowledged the existence of such challenges and warned that such move by the members is not timely.
Having a press conference which is official does not bar any other member to have a press conference. Other members may have the press conference also to also express their views, but basically what I've said here is the official position of EALA. Of course, as you are aware of, as you've mentioned, some members are expressing their disgruntlement, but we have mechanisms within our rules of procedure, within the treaty, how these are going to be or how these are addressed.
In the past, the nagging problems have been the slow speed with which member countries jointly took in the implementation on what they agreed upon. The Treaty of Establishment of the EAC and the rules of the procedures of the Assembly provides that the Speaker may be removed from office by not less than 2/3 of members for misconduct, among other reasons. This comes barely a day when EALA is scheduled to hold a 2-week sitting in Nairobi, where President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to address a special sitting on Tuesday. This will see members discuss crucial legislative business to East African Community dispensation. Brian Ochieng, GBS News.